Woo! What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. I know I've never made a Pokemon video like this. I never really have made a video just kind of looking at the camera and talking over things, but I have done some Pokemon content on the channel, and it's actually really just been about the Mega Evolutions. With Pokemon ZA coming out, I just wanted to make like an off-the-cuff video because I personally just think Mega Evolutions are the coolest when it comes to the actual content as far as Pokemon goes. I mean, literally Pokemon is promoting megas, which I think you wouldn't get something like that, or with the level of like views and hype that is built around it with things like Terra and even Gigantamax, which no hate on Gigantamax, but I always felt like a lot of those things should just have been megas in my opinion. I don't know why Gigantamax Machamp just looks like a mega evolution to me, and Terra is probably one of the most boring gimmicks they've ever done. I know that might be my hot take. If you know anything about the leaks, this has pretty much been not really that much of a secret. If you know the leak community, they were pretty much 100% correct on what was going to be in Pokemon ZA, and they were pretty much 100% right. The game hasn't come out as of me recording it, but I wanted this to drop the day it does drop because there's quite a bit of interesting stuff here, and I actually think this is the more fun aspect of Pokemon. I really just want to make this video just for fun because I really do like Pokemon, and I personally love Megas, which also, Daredevil Season 2, there was a Daredevil trailer that also leaked today, so I said, why not? We're gonna rep that as well. Right off the bat, talking about the starters, because this is like the coolest aspect to me. Thank you, Game Freak, for finally just giving what the fans want. And I know some people might be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? They gave people Mega Meganium and Mega Feraligatr. They're pretty much the typing combination that people wanted since Megas were a concept, really. I've played so many ROM hacks where Mega Meganium is featured in the ROM hack and their Grass Fairy, and I hate when Game Freak tries to subvert the expectations in a bad way. I'm okay with good subverting of expectations. I think they did that with Sirfetch'd, which, Sirfetch'd is not a Mega, but that's a good way of making an evolution actually a decent concept, different from what people were expecting it to be, and making it actually pretty cool. But it's also been done badly, like the Dunsparce. I think come on, everyone wanted a Dunsparce evolution to be cool, and they were like, no, we're gonna make it a meme again because it's Dunsparce is a meme, let's keep the meme thing going. With Mega Meganium, they really did fold, and they made it a Grass Fairy type, which honestly it should not have been any other type in my opinion. Just Grass Fairy makes the most amount of sense. It's a flower. Most flower Pokemon that are look like that are fairy types. So I know some people were like, oh, maybe it'll be I don't know, grass electric or something. It probably would have made no sense, even though maybe that could have been cool too, but Grass Fairy just makes the most amount of sense. And if you see me looking in the corner, that's because I'm literally referencing the stat changes. I told myself I was gonna pick the starter based and no offense to Emboar, we'll get to him, but I told myself I was gonna pick either Feraligatr or Meganium, and it was gonna be based on the type, their design, and their stats, which honestly, bro, it's pretty close between Feraligatr and Meganium when it comes to their stat spread. Meganium has an amazing buff when it comes to special attack. Mega Meganium becomes 83 to 143, which is insane. I did not expect that. I thought this thing was gonna be a defensive tank Mega, which honestly would have been pretty bad. It probably would have been I don't know, those tend to be pretty niche Megas, but they said no, screw it, it's a starter Pokemon. 143 special attack, which is pretty. I don't know if it has Moonblast. I don't know, we don't really know its moveset yet, and we don't know its ability, so there's this all kind of placeholder as of right now. But if it gets Moonblast and a good ability, it could actually be a really scary Mega. I mean, its speed stays the same, but it gets a special defense boost too. Defense stays the same, a minor attack increase, but who cares? I really do got to give them credit for actually making Meganium good. So I'm definitely going to pick Meganium because its design even looks pretty much what I expected it would probably get. Feraligatr is a little controversial, I'm not gonna lie. The design, you're probably either gonna love it or hate it. It is I know some people were calling it Mega Totodile, and they were 100% right, bro. The leak said that the thing was going to be have a dragon harness on its head or something. Pretty much exactly correct on what that thing became. And bro, I was dude, I was so glad in the leaks when they said it was Water Dragon, I was like, that makes so much sense. I'm so happy because bro, I've played ROM hacks where Feraligatr becomes Water Dragon. It just makes sense if you look at his design. Again, he looks like a Water Dragon type. Even though he's like a gator, he's kind of got like a mythical vibe to him. They kind of effed up the design. I know some people don't like it. He doesn't really change. It's just like the red thing like becomes like, I don't know why the big red cape thing is like, I don't know why that's a thing, but whatever. Not everyone's gonna like that, but I will say I almost chose him. If Meganium didn't have what I wanted out of Meganium, I would have chose Feraligatr because Feraligatr's stat spread is pretty insane. 105 attack to 160. 125 defense, 89 special attack, who cares? 93 special, like this is a really good spread. Its speed doesn't change, but it becomes like 160, bro. That's really insane. Like it's gonna hit hard. Like like obviously with Dragon Claw, you know, Waterfall, like dude, this thing's gonna be a beast. I just don't think the design is that good, and I'm sure many other people feel that way, but I will say like I'm not hating on it as much. I know some people are like deeply like hating on it. I'm not hating on it that much. I almost would have chosen it, but it is a little like weak compared to Meganium in my opinion. Now, and I'm gonna be choosing Meganium. The reason why I saved Emboar for last is because I probably was not going to choose Emboar anyways, because let's be real, it's Emboar. There was rumors that Emboar was going to change type with his Mega, like we were going to get a Fire Ground one, and that didn't happen, obviously. His design doesn't look that bad. I know some people were making fun of it and calling it kind of goofy, but it's like I think it's a throwback to Emboar's lore, his like Chinese mythology. For me, his Mega is pretty much just Emboar like extended edition. Like it's about 20 to 25 attack increase, which is what you're gonna want out of Emboar. I don't know why I guess he's still a mixed attacker. He's got 110 special attack, a minor defense increase, but a pretty big special defense increase, which he probably needs that, and a minor speed increase. I don't know. To me, I think Emboar is still Emboar, and he's probably going to be pretty mid, unless like his ability is insane. I don't know. I could be eating my words there, but I've used Emboar a lot when I first played Black and White. Back when the game didn't come out in the West, I played a ROM of it. Don't tell anyone, but I played a ROM of it, and I used Emboar before it came out officially. And then when it finally came out, then I switched to Samurai. But I used Emboar a lot in those early runs, and I even like Serperior a lot more too. I'm not gonna be choosing Emboar, unfortunately. More props if you do. But going over the actual Pokemon that have leaked and also been announced, there was Mega Clefable. This was also pretty much confirmed. I actually think the design looks great. Fairy Flying, we'll see how that does in competitive play. Obviously this thing will probably be used in competitive play. Its special defense and its defense rise, and then it gets a lot more special attack to 95 to 135, which with a minor speed increase. So I think Clef will probably be good because it's Clef. But I will say at the end of the day, like some Pokemon might get like moves and certain things that might only appear in ZA and they might not appear in any other future game. So just because a Mega might seem good on paper here, we don't even know their abilities. We don't even know their movesets. I remember Gardevoir like had Ice Beam like back in Legends Arceus, and Gardevoir did not get that aspect transferred over. So just take it as a grain of salt, but it's Clef. I imagine Clef will probably be good with a Mega. We obviously still have Mega Victory Bell, but now we see its stats. 125 attack, that's a pretty big bump, and then 135 special attack. So it's gonna be a mixed attacker with a pretty minor defense increase and a decent special defense increase. So maybe you see some usage out of Victory Bell. I don't know. We'll see what its ability it gets, because I think that will matter a lot for Pokemon like Victory Bell. Is like what are they gonna get? Starmie has the design that everyone was making fun of because leakers pretty much said it was like the weirdest design out of all of them, and I saw footage, because there's footage of it out there. He like runs like Majora from Majora's like the Majora battle, where he's like skipping around. That's how Mega Starmie runs in battle. He's like really weird skipping. I don't know, whatever. He's a very weird thing. I know he's supposed to be alien-like, but I imagine Mega Starmie would be good. It's Starmie at the end of the day. Like, he was really good back in the day. I remember Gen 4, Starmie was on every fucking team spamming Rapid Spin. But he has a attack increase, which I did not expect that. That's like, they almost doubled his attack. 75 to 140. Pretty decent defense increase decent special attack increase by 30, 20 special defense, only 5 speed. So that's a pretty decent spread though, that like maybe we'll see Starmie a lot more. Again, it depends on the ability, of course, but Starmie goes back to his days of reigning supreme, like in the Gen 4 and stuff. I know people were hating on Dragonite's design. Even before it was officially announced, people were saying it was bad. I'm sorry. I actually really do like Dragonite's design. I think some people saw the shiny too and said it was good. I didn't see it, but it stayed true to itself. I know some people had high expectations of it, would like have a design that was like a callback to Dragonair and it would be blue, but in my personal opinion, like, it's perfectly fine the way it is. I like the ear thing, the ear motif. It got an attack decrease, which is pretty rare for that to happen, but maybe they're doing that more. That it was pretty rare for Megas to get decreases, especially on one of their better stats. It becomes a mixed attacker though, which is interesting. So it gets 100 special attack to 145. Still has 124, which is decent attack, but it doesn't have 134. Gets a defense increase and special defense increase, and then 100 base speed is pretty decent for Dragonite. I think maybe that'll help to outspeed a lot of things, because 100 is better than what it previously was, which was 80. So it's a little bit more bulky, and it's definitely dishing out stronger special attacks. So I actually am going to be using Dragonite. I'm gonna try to catch Dragonite. I usually try to catch the pseudo. Each one of these Pokemon here I'm going to be trying to get and making a team out, like 6 of them here. I'll let you guys know which ones I'm using, but Dragonite is going to be one of the ones I use. And then Frostlass got a Mega, which Sinnoh Megas have long been overdue in my opinion. And there was some more leaks that came out that there apparently is going to be more content, more Megas for DLC. And there was some leaks. I don't know if I will talk about them in this video, but there was like Gen 10 stuff, and there was even like the Gen 11 they were talking about. Like there was a crazy amount of stuff that leaked. So if you guys want like content on that or a video on that, let me know down below, because there was a lot of stuff that not only just leaked, but there was even references in the code that there will be future Mega Pokemon, which makes sense because in one of the trailers they actually reference colors to each Pokemon that were going to get Megas. And this makes a lot more sense now that there's going to be more, because people were trying to figure out which ones belong to each color, and some of them didn't make sense. Man, I actually really like the fact they just said, you know what, make it have really good special attack. It's 140, and then special defense 100, 120 speed. It's going to be probably it's not going to have the best defenses, but it's going to have good special attack, decent special defense, and fast. So it's gonna be a fast special attacker. I could maybe seeing it do decently. Who knows though? These abilities are really gonna tell you if it's gonna be like competitively viable or not. Scarm looks really cool. I actually might use Scarm. I don't know. The gold like vibe, I think that fits Skarmory really well. Yeah, he looks really cool. Wow. Oh, that's an interesting stat spread. Wow. Ooh, okay, so Skarmory is obviously known for his defense. That's the main kind of gimmick of Skarmory. They traded some of his defense, so his defense goes down to 140 to 110, but he gets an attack boost to 140. So he might be like dealing some crazy amounts of damage. Same special attack, thank God. You don't need to give Skarmory special attack, come on. And then plus 30 on special defense, that's pretty good. A little bit more special defense. And they made him have a 110 speed. That's plus 40 on his speed. That's actually unheard of. I didn't think they would do that with Skarm. I thought if they made a Mega for Skarm, they would make him like really bulky. Nah, I mean, he's bulky, but he also hits hard and he's fast, which is pretty weird. So this is probably the strangest spread I've seen. Because it's like horrible HP, obviously. Skarmory is 65, horrible special attack, but everything else is pretty good, is 100 or above. So I don't know, man. Skarmory could be fucking crazy. Like, who knows? Like, this is a good stat spread. I don't know. Who knows what his ability will be, but and his design looks really cool too. So I really like this. I'm sure other people probably will too. Gen 4 Skarmory was very common back in the day. My favorite Pokemon, one of my favorites, got a Mega as well. Excadrill, definitely one of my top 5 favorite Pokemon of all time. Ground Steel, obviously, is a beast and competitive. Smogon, even outside of Smogon, Excadrill is literally one of like the best Pokemon I think just ever. He's in the top 50 as far as like just competitively viable, crazy, just crazy good Pokemon. Ground Steel, looks like they made him have more attack, which is good. So 135 to 165, more defense, 60 to 100, a little more special attack. That's funny. The same special defense, and then 103 speed. So that's going to mean he's going to outspeed a lot of the other very common 100 base speed Pokemon. I think that's good. Like, it's hard to fuck up Excadrill in all seriousness. Like, Excadrill is really good just the way he is. He just does what he does. And he's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, of course. I'm going to use him in this game. I'm going to try to get him. And I do like the design, too. The design looks pretty cool. Like, honestly, it's what you expect. Like, bigger drills, like, duh. It's hard to fuck up Excadrill, okay? So I hope they didn't give him a stupid ability or something. Like, or we're later like, oh my god, what did they do? No, I'd like to think they didn't. This one was a little bit more controversial. And I might use this thing either way. Because I do like Scolipede. Bug Poison, known for speed boost. Scolipede got an attack increase by 140, defense increase to 149, 75 special attack, 99 special defense, and then a big speed decrease, 112 to 62. That's definitely to nerf it. I guarantee you this thing would probably become Ubers right away. Scolipede, if you don't know, has speed boost as an ability, very similar to how Blaziken has speed boost. But speed boost led to Blaziken being banned a lot of the time because in previous gens it would become so fast nothing could really stop it. So if you gave Scolipede a Mega, like, it's pretty obvious where, like, you know, it could go. Like, you just protect turn 1 and then you just sweep, right? Like, that's pretty much how you run. That's how Blaziken runs his Mega and everything. You just do the same thing. I think they did the decrease to his speed to try to nerf him and balance him in some way. I do like the design. The design is really cool. It's got like this gray, like the kind of dark, edgy vibe to it. I kind of like it. Definitely, like, some people are gonna like that or not like the fact that his speed got nerfed like that. But you know, we'll see. I might give him a chance though and use him in the playthrough. So the next Pokemon, another Gen 5 alumni. People were saying that this design was bad when like the leaks were going around and people were saying, oh wow, this, you know, this mon is going to get this type of design. And it was 100% correct. It did get that type of design. Scrafty I actually really like it. Scrafty looks good at endgame in my opinion. Like, you don't need to give like Scrafty a really crazy design. Like giving him a white hoodie I think is fine. It looks cool. Man, this is actually a really good stat spread. This is, wow. So he goes from 90 to 130 attack, 115 defense to 135 defense. You know, the plus 10 to the stat, that doesn't matter. And then special defense gets an increase to 135. Speed, you know, is still pretty bad, but, you know, I don't know, maybe like Scrafty could be good on like Trick Room teams or, you know, whatever, but I do like his design. He looks really cool, and I'm definitely going to use him. Electros, people were calling this guy a fucking condom Pokemon because I was thinking about maybe using Electros. For those who don't know, Electros has Levitate. I don't know if, I'm assuming the Mega might have Levitate. We don't know what his ability is, but the stat spread is 115 to 145 attack, a 30 plus 30 to his special attack, and then, you know, 90 special defense plus 30 to his speed. Pretty average, I would say. We'll see how he performs in game. I don't know what the hell his ability is going to be. Yeah, I did see the design in game. It looks kind of funny, I guess, a little bit. Chandelure, I might use this thing too. I don't know. Ghost Fire, pretty solid. Looks like he got a defense increase. 90 to 110 to 175 special attack. That is really good. So this thing is going to be a pure special attacker. Special defense is 110, its speed is 90. I think that's going to be a pretty solid mon. Obviously with Shadow Tag, it would probably be banned instantly, but, you know, who knows? We'll see what its abilities are. I might use it in the game though. If I need a fire type, that might be the one I use. We have Mega Chestnut, which it looks like Chestnut is still a tank. 137 attack. 172 defense, that's really high. 115 special defense, and then he got a speed decrease. So this might actually make him better on Trick Room teams. The speed decrease might actually just like allow him to go first in those type of teams. So I don't know, maybe Chestnut like gets usage now, because obviously Chestnut was pretty bad. And I think it was his typing and him being really slow kind of held him back. But, you know, the Mega might give him a chance to really play into being a tank this time around. It looks like Delphox got a special attack increase to 114 to 159, 125 special defense, and then 135 speed. I think that's pretty solid. If you run like just like I don't know if Delphox gets like Calm Mind, but like you could run like something like that, or I think that's a really good special attack stat for Delphox and make it really strong. So I'm glad like Delphox and Chestnut might actually stand a chance, other than, you know, being outshined by Greninja, which also has a Mega. Greninja has 125 attack, 77 defense now, 133 special attack. So it's still a mixed attacker, but leaning a little bit more to his attack. And then he has 81 special defense, and then 142 speed. So it's a little more balanced, which I think is smart because Greninja is super good. But it's interesting that they leaned a little bit more to his attack and his speed. I think that's interesting. But his special attack is still his highest stat. But, you know, they tried. I think they tried to make him more mixed to maybe balance him out a little bit, or maybe just play into his original archetype, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how Greninja is. Maybe it is Greninja at the end of the day. Maybe he's still broken. I don't know. Maybe he becomes banned. Oh yeah, and as far as Greninja, Delphox, and Chestnut's design goes, I think those are like some of the best Mega designs. It does suck that though they're behind a paywall, it kind of blows that you have to have online in order to get those. Pyroar still is fire normal. This is a pretty bad spread. This is like, I don't think anyone is going to use this. It gets a plus 20 to attack, plus 20 to, it gets plus 20 across the board, which is pretty bad. I'm not saying Pyroar is really that good in the first place, but yeah, this is a pretty awful stat spread. Like the plus 20 across the board is not really going to do you that much good. The best Megas have like really crazy stats spreads to a certain stat, and they're basically, that's what they're known for. So unfortunately, Pyroar, like even its design is kind of like just, I don't know, it put its mains together from the previous two iterations of it, the gender differences. I don't know, Pyroar kind of is gonna suck. I'm sorry, really bad Mega, but whatever. Malamar, goofy design. I know this was officially announced. Pretty awful stat spread. I mean, maybe it gets stupid ability, I don't know, but this is 110 attack, 95 special attack, 120 special defense. Like, I don't know, it needs some gimmick ability to save it. If it doesn't have that, like, who knows? I don't know. What is Malamar's ability? I gotta look this up. Oh yeah, that's right, contrary. It inverts stat changes. So if it keeps that, maybe it gets some usage. I won't completely shade on its stat spread, but if it doesn't keep its like good ability, like, I don't know, it could be doomed. I don't know, who knows? But again, abilities could save these things. Like I'm really just like guessing on the stats. It really could, like, an ability could completely change a mon, so just know that. Dragalge thing, it looks really complex. Poison Dragon, okay, so it's got a plus 25 to defense, 132 special attack, and a 163 special defense. This thing looks really bulky. Maybe it'll get some usage. I'm not really too familiar with using this mod. I might have used it like once or twice, like just randomly, but that's about it. Hawlucha, great. Love this design. Some people were saying this design is bad. No. This design is, sometimes the simple Megas, the simple ones are some of the best in my opinion, because it just gets straight to the point. This one has a 137 attack, 100 defense, 93 special attack, 118 speed. So it gets the same speed, but it has a little bit more attack and defense, and a little bit more special defense. I mean, we'll see. But I do like its design. I know some people were shading on it and saying its design was bad. There's a Mega for Floette, which is interesting, I guess. I don't know if this will be actually usable in competitive play, but who knows. So it's like that scrapped Gen 6 Floette form that never got utilized, and now it has a Mega. 85 attack, 87 defense, 155 special attack, 145 defense. I'm surprised it didn't do a Mega Florges. Oh, it's higher than Florges, so that's interesting. Okay, so this thing is better than its own evolved form. Wow. Barbicle or Barbicle, whatever. This has a really good stat spread. This is going to be, I mean, with its ability and everything, and it becomes rock fighting, which it's one of the few in here where it gets a big type change. So instead of rock water, it becomes rock fighting. This thing is probably going to be really good. I think 140 attack, 130 defense, 64 special attack, 106 special defense, 88 speed. It has Shell Smash as a move, so it's going to, if it still has that move, it's going to go crazy. It might even become banned. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, but one Shell Smash, it's going to be really hard to deal with. Like, its stat spread is already really solid as is. Zygarde Complete Mega is obviously going to be banned. Looks like it has 216 special attack. So, we'll see it. Drampa, amazing design. I really like when they decide to go this direction and make the meme Pokemon kind of cool. And yeah, Drampa looks really good. It's a normal dragon. It looks like it has plus 25 attack, 110 defense, and then 160 special attack, 116 special defense. Same speed, but you throw it on a Trick Room team, it's probably going to be pretty decent. I really do like its design. I'm not a huge fan of Drampa. I think they did a good job on making it a lot better than what its original form was. And then obviously we have Phorox as the last one, pure fighting type, 135 attack, 135 defense, 70 special attack, 65 special defense, and 100 speed. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe its ability will save it or something, but usually pure fighting types are kind of eh. The best fighting types usually have a dual typing. So I don't know, maybe its ability changes or it has a really stupid move. I don't know, but that's Phorox, and its design is pretty much what you probably expect a Mega Phorox to look like. It's basically it wearing armor. I'm surprised it didn't come fighting steel or something, but whatever, I guess. That is all the Megas that are in Pokemon ZA. There was a list of them that actually leaked. Apparently there was even rumors that there's going to be Mega Heatran maybe down the road. There was rumors that Mega Zeraora was actually going to be planned for ZA, but it looks like Zeraora is going to be DLC. And even Mega Darkrai. So I like the fact that Sinnoh is getting representation, because Sinnoh honestly got scammed. Those Gen 4 remakes that were god-awful, and I like to pretend they don't even exist. But I think them adding, the Megas that I think should have or could have been in that game, or even the Gigantamax forms that probably they would have really gotten. I think giving Gen 4 some love, I think, is well-deserved. And in the leak of the extra list of DLC that is probably going to be in a future update for ZA or something, there was quite a bit of Gen 4 love in them. I mean, not to spoiler, I guess, but there was rumors Lucario was going to get another form. There was Garchomp was going to get another form. Staraptor was going to potentially get a Mega. And this stuff just came out, so this is brand new. This is just off the hot press. But I would love Mega Staraptor, and obviously those starters, honestly, just a new form for any of them has been long overdue. Apparently there was going to be Mega Chimecho, another form for Absol, Staraptor, Garchomp, Lucario, Golurk, Meowstic, Crabominal, Gliscopod, Magearna, Skullvilane, Glamora, Tatsumagiri, I don't use that thing. Baxcalibur, which is a Pokemon that I really like. But that's the kind of alleged Megas that are going to be in the future, maybe, which, could be really interesting to see. Who knows? There was even some more outside of that list that were kind of going around. I do really like the fact that Megas are getting some of the love that they deserve, because I think it was, even though it's completely unbalanced, I think it was the best Pokemon gimmick, because it allowed for the big hype cycle that you're kind of seeing now, and it also is pretty a beloved aspect. Even if it's a little nostalgia driven, I think it's still a really cool thing. If you guys want more videos like this, I can maybe talk about more of the Pokemon leaks, because there's a lot of stuff leaking right now. So if you guys want to hear more about that type of stuff, let me know down below and hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, and there's a Discord down below. Peace.